What's your view on this, especially when looking at the relationship with Indian companies?
Sure. So I think, it's all about relationship management. As many of the viewers will understand, first to file means you have to be there at the day one. I was very happy to see that there was a constant flow of make or
Mhm.
buy approach.
What is important for European or American pharmaceutical companies to consider if they choose to partner with an Indian company?
Yeah, so this is a good question. Actually, now the Europeans have really, formed the bond with India. So I think this interview is little 4 5 years dated. I could have told in a better way. If you have interviewed me 5 years back, I think now Europe and India is working much more, closely than ever
Mhm.
before. This is also because of the, I'm not a political guy, but I have seen that due to a stable government in India, there's a
Mhm.
lot of and policy making and government really taking that initiative in this public affairs. Lot of things have changed, but coming back to what each cultures can run from itself, like I am in Germany for last 16 years
Mhm.
and vice versa. So I think one thing which I tell again and again is to avoid the laid back philosophy. It doesn't
Mhm.
mean that we have to follow up every day, but the only thing which I tell my Western friends every day, that look, always, don't be afraid or don't be annoyed that something can go wrong, but prepare a checklist of what can go wrong.
Mhm.
So that I actually, if you put it in a positive frame, so if we follow a checklist based approach, so that we avoid the mistakes. Everybody, has their own role. What I have seen in the Western world, without any offense, is that people are really, they know exactly what they are doing, but there are a tendency of working in silos. In
Mhm.
India, it's not possible because the culture is such that they have to work together from day one. And but similarly, if you see what India can learn from the West, India can also learn how to really go deep dive into the details. How
Mhm.
to really focus on one thing. So I think these two things, from West focusing on the one thing and being an expert, and from India doing many things, and doing it, let's say, connecting the dots. If the both West and the East, if in the pharmaceutical perspective, for example, doing one thing with a detailed checklist based approach and following up on a routine basis. For the Western friends, I always tell that you have to follow with, on a routine basis, because it's not that if you follow up well, the project will go well, but it should be a practice whereby you don't miss anything. So I think that's the only example I can give, apart from the fact that also, I think this is the most important thing which the Western guys want to learn from India, is actually looking at, let's say, how quickly
Mhm.
change is possible. So, when I came to Germany, changing anything was possible, but it took a lot of discussion. In India, change is automatic. Nobody is afraid. So that's another positive. I'm always telling you, tell in the positive way, because generics drugs, or anything generics, have to be very, very open to anything change for good. And if that can be done, as I said, East and West, if they can really work together in changing rapidly and taking fast decisions, I think then is the ideal situation. But thanks for the question, Bernhard.
Great, fantastic. So please prepare yourself for checklists, be open to quick changes,
Yeah.
and deal with the different cultures so you'll be successful. Thank you, Kuntal. What are the key competencies and skills a project manager like yours needs to possess to successfully manage these initiatives with Indian partners?
We control not only the development batches, that means the generics production, but we also control the reference drugs. I would advise the youngsters to have an analytical development guy, AR&D as we say,